I did a video on the other day about the trucker convoy in Canada. I was up in Canada just the other day. Kind of crazy what's going on, you know. Mandates, trucker convoy, truck driver mandates. Like I said, you know, I was the whole trucker convoy thing, the whole trucker mandate thing, for me it kind of don't make no sense, because if you think about it, truck drivers was running across the border like non-stop all the time, you know, all through the pandemic from day one. You know, everybody was like, yeah, truck drivers are okay, they can go through, they don't have to worry about vaccinated, we need them to, you know, keep the supply chain going and all of that stuff, you know. And for 2 years truck drivers were like running back and forth across the border with no problem whatsoever, none. Now I don't know what the percentage of truck drivers who got COVID going back and forth the border, but I don't hear, it can't be that much, because you don't hear nobody saying, you know, quoting any numbers, which means that it's probably not really a lot. And I know, you know, you might say, well, don't need a lot, but in any case, you had them running back and forth with no problem, and you were okay with that. I don't understand why at the, you can just call it the end of the pandemic, because I mean, even though it's not finished, you know, they have it under control more now. You know, it's not like in the beginning where there was no vaccines or nothing to, like, you know, they can use. So anyways, the fact of the matter is that you had the drivers running back and forth the whole time and you didn't have a problem with it. Now when you say you have 85 to 90% of your population vaccinated, and 90% of the same truck drivers that's been running across the border vaccinated, I don't understand. I don't see why you need to put in a mandate saying that, you know, these truck drivers have to get vaccinated or they can't go across the border. I'm not really sure, but the last time I checked, we don't live in a perfect world. And I mean, the last time I checked as well, I'm pretty sure they were saying with this virus and this COVID thing, you only need to get about 70% of any population fully vaccinated to, you know, get things back on a, you know, a better path, or, you know, like kind of get back to normal, if you will. Now, if you have 90%, 85 to 90%, that sounds like it's past your 70% that your scientists said, and you say everything you do is what you're going based on what the science says. So if you have, let's say 15 to 20% more than what your scientists say you need to get things moving back to normal, then why are you like coming up with this mandate to provoke people? I mean, it just don't make no sense to me. That's just ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? So if you're gonna do that, that means you are just basically saying we want to get 100%. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, nothing is 100%, and not even these people who are asking for 100%, they never get 100% when they're in school, and nothing that they do right now, they don't get 100%. We don't live in a perfect world. I mean, maybe some of this stuff they do, they might get 100%, but not this. There's a lot of people who are torn on this. And if you get 90%, 85 to 90%, that's a big deal. Stop harassing people. Stop harassing the other 10%. Okay, fine. Let's say you harass the other 10% and you want them to do the vaccination, right? You have this mandate and they refuse, right? If only 10% of your population is not vaccinated, then how is it going to overrun your hospital? And then to begin with, if you even think about it, this overrun the hospital thing doesn't even make sense to me, because if you have an outbreak of something, you get a place and you quarantine people. You don't mix them with the population. Then I don't understand, if people get COVID and it's deadly, why don't you have a temporary hospital set up closer to the to all the other hospitals that they might be going to, and equip those temporary hospitals with the necessary stuff that they need to treat those patients, instead of putting them in the regular hospital. Or if you have to put some in the regular hospital, at least you have a temporary and you have a regular hospital, so your entire hospital is not overrun. You had the time, you have the money and all of that stuff that you were using up and down, that you could use to get those temporary hospitals up and running. But you choose not to do it, and then you said COVID people are overrunning the hospital. Of course they're going to overrun the hospital, because they have nowhere else to go. You don't make no accommodation for them to go, which is what you should do. If you have an outbreak, you put people in different places to be quarantined. You know what I mean? So if you were doing that, then you wouldn't have to worry about people not wanting to take the vaccine, because your hospital is going to be overrun with all these people. People could actually be like, hey, I don't mind taking the vaccine, but I don't trust it right now, so I don't want to take it right now. Fine. If they get COVID, you bring them to the temporary hospital. You're going to treat them with respect and dignity and everything, just the same as if they were in a regular hospital. Only that you're not overrunning your regular hospital. And if you're doing that, then that is something you're supposed to be doing as a government, because you're not government for some people, you're government for everyone. And as the last time I checked, not everyone agree on everything all the time. So the fact that you're going to have disagreement mean that you got to make accommodation for the people who are going to disagree, especially when there is a pandemic that nobody brought on their own self. It just come about. So in any case, I say that to say this, like, the 10% that they're trying to say they want to get vaccinated is not going to, it shouldn't overrun the hospital if they have this thing set up accordingly. And even if they have to go just to the hospital, the 10%, I don't see that 10% overrunning the hospital, because that's 10% spread across the entire country. So it's not like 10% going into 5, 6, 7, 8 hospitals. It's like, spread all across the country, different provinces, different cities and stuff like that, or state or stuff like that. And the same thing goes for over here too, in the States. All these mandates is kind of like redundant right now, because for one, we're not in the beginning. In the beginning, okay, maybe we can understand that, fine, right? But now when you're like pretty much out of it, doesn't make any sense to me. And so you're inflicting that problem on your own self, because why? Not sure. You already meet the threshold that the scientists say you need to meet with a 70% vaccinated population. You're above it by 15 to 20%. So I don't see the point in it. So I don't think you should have that mandate, and I think you're just doing that for doing its sake. It's not going to change anything. I mean, you are the government for everyone, not just for some people. And everybody's not going to agree with you, because I'm pretty sure not everybody voted for you, or not everybody will vote for you. And it doesn't matter who's in power. It's going to be the reverse. Whichever party is in power, you're going to have the reverse happening. It makes no sense. So what are you going to do every time somebody disagree with you? It makes no sense. Now, on the other hand, these truck drivers that are protesting the mandate for taking the vaccine to go across the border. While I agree that this is a stupid mandate and it makes no sense, at the same time, you know, you can't just be shutting down cities for a mandate that at the end of the day, if they decide, yeah, okay, you win, let's drop this mandate. If you even still win the mandate, you still can't drive across the border because you have to get vaccinated to come to the US. So I'm not really sure what that part fulfill with the mandate. Let's say they said, the Canadian government said no more. Okay, fine, you win. You don't have to get the vaccination to do to drive your truck across the border. Okay, fine. So now you're good. But guess what? You come to the border, you're gonna be asked by the US side, are you vaccinated? Where is your vaccine proof? What are you gonna have? Nothing. They're gonna turn you back. So even if they lift the mandate in Canada for you to go across the border, you're still gonna be stuck at the border because you don't have it to come into the US. Now, I'm not saying that just so that, you know, the truck drivers, oh, they have to go take the vaccine. No, I'm saying that what you're protesting, if it's just for the mandate to, so you don't have to take the vaccine to go across the border, if it's just for you to take the mandate so you can travel across the border without getting vaccinated, it's not going to help you. That's my point. Now, if it's for everything else, like, you know, just the mandate in general is stupid, 100%, I just think it's stupid right now. That's my opinion. Then yeah, I can understand that. But if you're just doing it just so because you can go across the border, it's just really not going to help you, because you have to be vaccinated to come across the border. You know what I mean? Now you are like blocking all of Ottawa and all of that stuff. I don't really have anything to say about that. I mean, you're protesting. You have to do protest. You got to let your voice be heard and whatever you got to do. But at the same time, you know, you're preventing people from having their right to go to work, having their right to freaking sleep and be comfortable in where they are. Now, I know protest is not supposed to make you comfortable, but protest the government, don't protest your fellow citizen. Now, I will say 100%, I was downtown in Ottawa and I couldn't find none of those evil people, bad, crazy people who are being disrespectful. I didn't see none of those people. All I see was really nice people, good people offering me a breakfast, people wanting to talk to you, see people cleaning, you know, like when they said on the news, they were saying, like, you know, they disrespect the war memorial downtown. You know, I saw people cleaning around all those stuff and all that. Now, I'm not saying that it didn't happen. I just didn't see it. I wasn't there at that time, so I didn't see it. But what I saw was peaceful, people just like fun-loving. I don't see no evil people. I don't see no people. I didn't see people acting out or anything like that. But that was a different day for me. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna say that mandate is stupid. It should just end. It shouldn't even begin in the first place, because it doesn't. We truck drivers are 100% more safe than the regular public. We in a truck by ourselves. Like, most of us are in a truck by ourselves unless we're running team, and even if we're a team, that's just the two people that's in here. So we're always isolated. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know, it's kind of stupid. All these mandate stuff needs to be done with, because we have vaccination. If people want to take the vaccine, that's their choice. If they don't want to take it, you're the government, you're supposed to make accommodation for them, because you're the government of everybody, not just for some people. and not everybody's gonna agree with what you want. Do you know what I mean? Just like how you don't agree with them not taking the vaccine or not wanting to take the vaccine, they're not gonna agree with you on taking the vaccine. So what are you gonna do? Tell them like they're outcasts? No, you have to accommodate for them. That's what you're there for. Government for all, not for, you know, not for what suits you. But I don't know, that's just my take on that. It's like so much problems going on in this world, you know. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, anyways, I got some more video coming up. What's going on with my trucking? Just finished paying off my truck complete. We got a lot to talk about with that. So anyways, I'll drop another video pretty soon. I'll make certain that I drop more video. I don't really drop a lot of video. I mean, shoes, I have this YouTube for a very long time, and I very rarely drop videos. So now I'm gonna be on to my new adventure, so I'll be doing a lot more videos. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.